It's freaking 2025. What the? Guys, I'm filming this before Election Day. I'm filming this pretty much 2 months in advance, right? Because this is the only time of year that I'm like 2 months in advance, because it's actually it's October 29th right now when I'm filming this. So you guys know way more information about things than I do. So hope you had a lovely holiday season. I hope Vlogmas was great. Hope Kamala won the election. Let's be honest. Hope New Year's was good, and I hope everyone is safe, happy, and healthy. Welcome back to Every Disney Movie Ever. My name is Jess and I'm watching Every Disney Movie Ever. Today I'm going to be talking about The Pirate Fairy. The Pirate Fairy is a 2014 theatrical release. It is about a pirate fairy named Sardina and how she steals the blue fairy dust and the girls band together to get it back. It is directed by Peggy Holmes, supervising animation done by Pushkaraj, Bagwe, Prasad, BDV, Mike Mo, Merrel, Sally, Sheryl, Sardina, Sackett, and Yuriko, Senoo. It is edited by Mark W. Rosenbaum, music by Joel McNeely, and it's written by Jeffrey M. Howard and Kate Kondell. Film stars Mae Whitman as Tinkerbell, Christina Hendricks as Sardina, Tom Hiddleston as James, Lucy Liu as Silver Mist, Megan Hilty as Rosetta, Raven Symone as Iridessa, Pamela Adlon as Vidya, and Angela Bartys as Fawn. This was originally titled Quest for the Queen. It also has an alternate title, Tinkerbell and the Pirate Fairy, instead of just the Pirate Fairy. It has an 81% Rotten Tomatoes, no consensus. It's not that many reviews. And then it made $63.9 million in the box office, but there was no budget listed. So I have no idea how well it did, actually. This was the best animation in these yet. Looks really great. Not as clunky and secondhand. It doesn't look as good as, say, Frozen, but it looks good enough. Very passable, was not distracted by animation at all. This was the first Tink movie, I believe, to have a song sung by actual characters in the film. We've always had, like, non-diegetic songs in the background. You know, this one had Natasha Bedingfield. It's always some person singing a beautiful song. Sometimes there's more than one, sometimes there's one right in the middle. This is the first one, to my memory, if memory serves, to have one sung by the actual characters in the movie. And it makes sense because it's the pirates that sing it, and, you know, in Peter Pan there's a few songs, but in Peter Pan the pirates sing, you know, Life of a Pirate for Me. This is a super interesting concept. So basically there's a dust keeper fairy named Sardina who wants to use blue dust to create other colors of fairy dust and really experiment and figure it out, the magic behind the fairy dust. And all the dust keepers and the main dust keeper is like, absolutely not. We're not supposed to mess around with the fairy dust. We're supposed to use it as it is and the way we're told to use it, so we can just keep on keeping on. There's no experimenting here. It's really dangerous, blah, blah, blah. Sardina does an experiment, creates a couple colors of pixie dust, and it wreaks a little bit of havoc and destroys the dust depot, I think is what they call it. And so she is told she shouldn't come to work and can't be a dust fairy anymore. And so she leaves. She kind of exiles herself. She wasn't fully exiled, but like she exiles herself. And then there's a year time skip. Very interesting. And so in Pixie Hollow, there's all the normal pixie dust, which like helps make things fly, right? And then there's blue pixie dust, which is what takes the normal pixie dust and like turns it into aurora, is what they say. It makes a lot more normal dust, but blue pixie dust is far and few between, right? It is a smaller resource than the yellow pixie dust. So Sardina comes back and steals the blue pixie dust because that's what she wants to use to experiment, this and the other. And so Tinkerbell and Friends, the classics, Silver Mist, Fawn, Iridessa, Rosetta, and Vidya all set out to go get it back from Sardina. They can't believe she stole it. And a very interesting story ensues. They think maybe she's been taken captive by pirates, but it really is she's the captain of the pirates and stole the blue fairy dust in order to create their own fairy dust tree where they're going to get pixie dust to make a pirate ship fly so they can go to the real world and pillage and plunder and steal a bunch of stuff. And then also, so Zarina can keep experimenting and making her different kinds of pixie dust. On the way, she hits all the girls with different colors of pixie dust, and it transfers all their powers. So, like, Tinkerbell becomes a water fairy, like, and Silver Mist becomes the fast-flying fairy. Vidya ends up with the Tinker fairy aspect. Fawn ends up being able to bend light. Iridessa ends up with the plant garden moment, and Rosetta ends up with the speaking animal fairy moment. And it's really great. The story that ensues, my favorite thing is the pirate that Zarina is working with, that she's the captain of, and he's like her first mate, is a young Captain Hook, which I thought they did a really nice job revealing that, right? So, like, as it's going, I had a hunch that all these pirates were going to turn on Zarina as soon as they didn't need her anymore for this pixie dust. And as soon as they didn't, they did turn on her. But right before that, I was like, yo, they've been calling this guy James. I bet you this is Captain Hook. And Aubrey, my boyfriend, was like, oh, he was like, it's totally Captain Hook. And then it absolutely immediately is Captain Hook. They do a great job making him look younger. He hasn't lost his hand yet. He's got the big chin, but his hair is very suave. He doesn't have a mustache or anything like that. He is still kind of chaotic and ridiculous, though, which is really fun. You'll love to see it. And he's voiced by Tom Hiddleston, which is crazy. Anyway, this was pretty decent. I'm telling you, these movies are always a surprise to me. They quite literally shock me every time. I'm always expecting to go in and be like, this one's gotta be a dud. There's no way they can all be like decent to good. And they're all decent to good. There's a reason they've made so many. I have enjoyed every single one of these. And I'm gonna be really sad when it's over. Speaking of, I thought this was the last one. I thought the Pirate Fairy was the last one. I forgot that there's one right after this called The Never Beast. And full transparency, when this ended, I cried. Because I was like, this is the end of the Tinkerbell series. I'm so sad. Like, this has been such a treat and genuine joy. The first one came out in 2008, and I turned 14 in 2008. So, like, I was a little bit past probably the mark for these movies, and I so wish, like, I could have had these when I was little, because these are so sweet, such good little movies, and such sweet messages, and I really enjoy them. They're pretty decent. There's been stronger ones and, like, not as strong of ones, but lately, Secret of the Wings was so good. The Pirate Fairy was so good. I'm hype as heck to see The Never Beast. Genuinely, though, I did shed tears. Like, at the end when they were all in a group together, like, hugging and just, like, performing and being all happy, I was like, oh my god, it's the end. I'm so sad. I cried. That's true story. Absolutely true story. Other parts of this that I adored, I think this one, so the first one obviously pays a little bit of homage to Peter Pan, because when Tink goes to the real world and finds lost things and all that kind of stuff, it's very much nodding to Peter Pan. But all the ones after that pretty much have nothing to do with Peter Pan, right? They're all prequels to Peter Pan. Tink in the second one, you know, they're rescuing the kid, and, you know, the third one, there are, you know, or maybe the Lost Treasure, and then the Fairy Rescue, I don't know, but you have all these ones, and then it's Secret of the Wings, where it's like she's just meeting her sister, the Winter Fairy, and they're trying to solve that, so it has nothing to do with Peter Pan whatsoever. This one, obviously, has a lot more to do with Peter Pan, with the whole origin of Captain Hook and stuff. So I loved that. It had much more of like there's pirates in Neverland, the Never Seas, Skull Island, like all that kind of stuff. And then you have young Captain Hook before he's lost his hand. And then you also have young TikTok, the crocodile, alligator, whatever he's supposed to be, being hatched and imprinting on Rosetta. He's so freaking cute. It's just so sweet. This movie's so good. My biggest complaint about this movie is that cheese isn't in it. This is the first Tink movie to not even have a cameo or a little moment of showing cheese. And I am upset. I love cheese. For those who don't know, Cheese is the mouse. That is Tink's friend that, like, helps her out. And, like, you know, they treat him like a horse, basically. And he's been in all of them. I was so sad. Like, even Periwinkle is in this one from the last movie. She's not like a main character, but like she's there. It's my sister. Like, you know, they're all excited. And even the like Lord Mallory or whatever his name is from the last movie's in it. And they even have the lightning bug from the Lost Treasure in it. So I'm like, where the heck is Cheese? I protest. So I'm hoping, because this wasn't the last one, I won't be disappointed, and Cheese will be in the Never Beast, and I'll finally get like my last Cheese moment, because I was so sad. That's literally my biggest complaint. Also, huge shout out to Clank, because all the fairies of Pixie Hollow get put to sleep by Zarina's poppies, and the winter fairies need like constant ice to keep their wings healthy. And Clank was the only other one that didn't get caught in the asleep moment. And so when Tink and all her friends are going to like get the blue fairy dust and stop Zarina and stop, you know, Captain Hook, whatever, they tell Clank he's got to keep the winter fairies safe and healthy while they're asleep. So from when they leave until they get back, Clank is pedaling on that machine that creates the ice snow, presumably with no brakes. So like, and that had to be 12 plus hours. So like, major shout out to Clank for keeping the winter fairies alive with no brakes. Godspeed, good for you. Goodness gracious. This was so fun. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a good time, and I think these movies are such a delight, and I'm genuinely, I cried thinking this was the last one, so I can't imagine how I'm gonna feel when I finish Never Beast, because it is the actual last one. Okay, my favorite part is probably the end. All the acceptance and just the show and Zarina coming back. And like the main Dustkeeper Fairy being so excited that Zarina's back because he missed her and he like felt bad. And then all of them being like, she honed her craft, you should really see what she's doing. And then being like, we're always open to new ideas, let's go. Like, so sweet, so heartwarming. It makes me emotional because you love to see beautiful friendships like that. Least favorite part, no cheese. It's my biggest complaint. Stupid. Watch again, probably. These are so good. Like, I'm definitely showing my children these. Like, 100%. Watch again, yes. Or recommend, yes. I don't know which one I said and didn't say. Recommend, absolutely. Watch again, absolutely. Specific moments, I would say TikTok was a great, and then Jim Cummings voicing two characters was hilarious. Very odd. This was good. I have like no notes. I do love that I cried thinking this was the last one, and then immediately it was like, it isn't. That's hilarious that I cried thinking it was the last one, and then it wasn't. Otherwise, I definitely recommend. It's a super fun movie, super cute. You get to see all the fairies in their glory because they're switching powers, and it's fun. That's everything I have for the Pirate Fairy. My final rating will be 7 blue fairy dusts out of 10. Our total movie count is... Our cry count is... Parent.told is still the same. If you want to keep up with what movie I'm watching when, follow me on all socials. You'll find out what movie I'm watching when. I put out videos every Monday and Friday, and sometimes Wednesday. Join Patreon. I got a tier starting at just $1. You get every video a week early, a coupon code for merch, and exclusive merch access. Tiers above that, you get daily trivia. Go participate in it. You get bonus content from opening, like, you know, unboxings to behind the scenes to me guessing what I think my top 10 best and worst will be of this year without having seen all the movies. You know, you could get monthly postcards, you get your name in the description of every video, you get free merch signed by me every time there's a new merch design. Go check it out. Seriously, I'm not kidding. Do it. Buy merch as well. Merch is great. Merch is grand. Until next time, Kamil Bednarczyk, but I'm not sure to real life you are, studio, and don't be Captain Hook about it. Last time you saw me, I said my chair was broken. I needed a new chair. I did, in fact, get a new chair. There it is.